Tintamidam. Chapter 26. The cause of estrangement between Dakṣa and Śhiva. In the ancient land of Prayāga, the confluence of sacred rivers where sages and celestial beings often gathered for spiritual observances, there once took place a grand and illustrious sacrifice. It was a time when the atmosphere was thick with Vedic chants, a testament to the assembly of some of the greatest minds and souls in the cosmos. The renowned Siddhas, the eternal sages Sanaka, Sanandana and others, along with celestial Arasis, Devas, Prajapatis and enlightened beings who had realized the ultimate Brahman, were present to partake in this grand event. I, Brahmā, the four-faced creator of the universe, attended this cosmic gathering with all my followers. The scene was magnificent, with the agamas and nigamas, sacred scriptures embodying divine knowledge, manifesting in radiant embodied forms, shining with the brilliance of their spiritual essence. The air was thick with anticipation and scholarly fervour, as the learned participants delved deep into the mysteries of sacred texts, debating profound epistemological concepts with great joy and enthusiasm. It was an assembly of vibrant diversity, where each being brought their unique perspective to the discourse. Amidst this gathering, there came the most revered and formidable of all beings, Lord Shiva, the auspicious one who bestows protection and blessings upon the three worlds. Accompanied by his divine consort, the luminous Satī, and his retinue of attendants, Shiva's presence filled the sacrificial grounds with an overwhelming sense of divine grace and power. Upon seeing the Lord of Lords, the assembled devas, siddhas and sages were overcome with awe. They bowed deeply, offering hymns of praise imbued with deep devotion. I too joined in the homage, humbled by the presence of the supreme Mahadeva. Shiva, in his boundless compassion, instructed us all to take our seats, and the gathered souls obeyed, elated by the rare opportunity to be in his divine company. While the gathering basked in Shiva's divine radiance, another significant figure arrived, Dakṣa, the illustrious Prajapati and progenitor of beings, whose brilliance was like the midday sun. He entered the assembly, exuding an aura of authority and pride. Dakṣa, filled with self-importance, approached me with reverence and, upon my acknowledgement, took his seat. However, despite his illustrious stature, a shadow of arrogance lurked in his heart, for Dakṣa, though wise in worldly matters, lacked the deeper insight into the supreme reality of Shiva's essence. As Dakṣa settled, the celestial sages, with humility and devotion, sang his praises, folding their palms in respect. Yet amidst this show of reverence, Lord Shiva, the sovereign of all creation, remained seated, unmoved and unbowed. His nature is independent, for he is the very cause of creation, preservation and dissolution, beyond the limitations of protocol and societal conventions. Dakṣa, a master of rituals but blind to the true essence of divine wisdom, took great offence at Shiva's nonchalance. The seeds of fury sprouted in his heart as he glared at the calm, meditative form of the great Lord. Enraged by what he perceived as a slight, Dakṣa, in a loud voice that echoed across the assembly, spoke with arrogance. "Behold this impudent one," Dakṣa declared, his voice dripping with disdain. "While all these devas, asuras and sages bow before me, this Shiva, this shameless dweller of cremation grounds, dares to remain seated. He is surrounded by ghosts and goblins, a company most unbefitting. He shuns all rituals and conventions, defying the sacred rites that govern our world." Dakṣa's tirade continued, his words becoming more venomous as he castigated the Lord. "This Shiva," he spat, "is ever lost in the embrace of his wife, neglecting all duties. He is the very antithesis of all that is sacred. He does not follow the path of the Vedas, and is thus unworthy of respect. Let it be known to all gathered here, I shall expel him from all sacrifices. May he, the so-called Lord, be cast out, and may he find no place in the offerings of the gods." The assembly fell silent, shocked at the audacity of Dakṣa's words. However, Nandīn, the fierce and loyal attendant of Shiva, could not bear the insults hurled at his master. His eyes reddened with rage, and with a voice like thunder he addressed Dakṣa. "O Dakṣa, you speak words unworthy of a Brahmin. How dare you curse the great Lord Shiva, the eternal protector of all that is sacred? It is through his grace that all sacrifices bear fruit, that all sacred places become holy. You, blinded by your arrogance, have forsaken wisdom." Nandīn, with the power of his devotion backing his words, pronounced a counter-curse upon Dakṣa and his followers. "O you who claim mastery over rituals but understand nothing of the true Vedic wisdom, let you and your progeny be cast away from the path of righteousness. May those like you who disparage the Lord be reduced to ignorance. You shall forget the essence of the Vedas and wander as shameless beggars. Your pride in your knowledge shall be your downfall, and your lineage shall suffer the consequences of your hubris." Hearing Nandīn's fierce proclamation, Dakṣa's wrath only intensified. In a voice trembling with fury, he retaliated, "May Shiva's followers be forever outside the bounds of the Vedic rites. Let them be known as heretics, adorned with ashes, bones, and matted hair, indulging in forbidden pleasures. You will be forever shunned by the righteous." At this moment of rising chaos, the great Lord Shiva, who had been silent all this while, spoke with a calm that silenced the assembly. His voice, though gentle, carried the weight of ultimate authority. "O Nandīn, restrain your anger. The Vedas, though uttered in syllables, embody the eternal truth. To curse the knowers of these sacred texts, no matter how flawed, is to curse the Vedas themselves." Shiva's words were filled with compassion, even for those who had wronged him. "Dakṣa's curse does not bind me, nor does it diminish my essence. I am beyond the rituals, beyond the Vedas. And yet I am the very essence of all sacrifices. I am the oblation, the sacred fire, the chanting and the offering. O Nandīn, be at peace. Let not the actions of the ignorant disturb your equanimity." With these words, Lord Shiva restored order and harmony to the assembly. Nandīn, chastened and enlightened by his Lord's wisdom, bowed low, his anger dissipated, and the assembly dispersed, each going their way with much to ponder. Dakṣa, however, seething with rage and humiliation, returned to his abode, consumed by thoughts of vengeance against the Lord of Kailasa. Thus began the tragic sequence of events that would lead to one of the most devastating episodes in the annals of cosmic history, the Dakṣa Yajna, which would see the divine fury of Shiva unleashed in a manner that the universe would never forget. Thus, O revered sage, I have recounted the events that transpired at that great sacrifice, a tale of pride, curses, and divine intervention. Let us now delve deeper into the consequences of Dakṣa's arrogance and the wrath of Shiva that would soon follow.